everybody, this is Steve Grizzetti, co-founder of MoviePix.com and author of the MoviePix.com Guide to Adobe Photoshop Elements, and here we are in Photoshop Elements. In part 1 of an 8-part series we're calling Basic Training with Photoshop Elements. Photoshop Elements is an amazing program to me. It is so jam-packed with stuff. And I know that this got a big brother, Photoshop Pro, that's got even more power. But I got to tell you, for about 95% of what I do, Photoshop Elements is just fine. For working with regular illustrations and photos, I'm perfectly happy to use Photoshop Elements. It is jam-packed with stuff. Now, Photoshop Elements began its life with a program called Photoshop Lite. It also went under a couple of other names before finally settling on Photoshop Elements. And primarily, it was designed in its early days to be a simple program for working with digital photography, improving pictures. And that is what a lot of the program is dedicated to, but there are so many tools in here, so many things you can do. As far as enhancing photos, we've got a wonderful toolkit over here on the left in the toolbar. Many things for darkening, lightening, improving little sections of the photo, touching it up, airbrushing away little flaws and pimples and bugs that you want to get rid of. Under the Enhance menu, lots and lots of tools here for just improving the quality of a photo, making a photo cleaner. There are tools here, for instance, for smoothing skin. So you can take a face, and if they had wrinkles, which they don't because they're little children, you can actually soften those wrinkles. There are tools here for removing the haze from a photo, so you shot a photo on a smoggy or a foggy day. For increasing the sharpness, for adjusting facial features. I want to show you more about that in just a moment. There is a quick view workspace here. And under Quick View, you can do quick cleanup. There are smart fixes. There are tools here for improving the exposure, making the picture darker or lighter, lighting and color and balance and sharpening. On the left, there are tools here for making teeth whiter, for fixing eyes that maybe the flash bulb went off in and made the eyes glow red. There are tools here for straightening photos, for cropping photos, and again for patching little pimples and other blemishes that might appear in the picture. I spend most of my time here in Expert View because there's so many things you can do. Under the Filter menu, you can find a whole filter gallery. Let me open up the filter gallery. This gives you access to the vast majority of filter tools, and you can actually try before you buy and see what how the tool affects a picture. And there are dozens and dozens of effects in here. There are also in the lower right-hand corner, there's a massive library of effects, including the artistic effects that you can apply to filter your picture. There's a massive library here of what they're calling classic effects, and these come in a variety of categories for affecting how your picture looks. There are filters for changing, again, another way to affect how your picture looks. Styles, and styles are usually applied to, say, a layer, and you can build layers and layers on your photo, applied to a layer to affect how it appears over another layer. There are graphics you can add. And in fact, one of the things I want to emphasize here in this course is that not only can you improve a photo in Photoshop Elements, but you can actually create graphics. So if I were to open a new document here, I can not only add type or text, but I can, using the shape tool, I can create actual shapes. These shapes are vector rather than raster, and what that means is that a photo typically is created using hundreds or thousands, maybe millions of tiny little boxes called pixels. And if you were to zoom in far enough, you would actually see those blocks that make up a picture. On the other hand, vector art has no resolution, so I can make it as large or as small as I want, and it will never break up into tiny pieces. So you can use Photoshop Elements not only to improve photos, but you can use Photoshop Elements to actually create graphics or add graphics to your photo or layer your photo with graphics. There is so much here. It's going to be hard to do it in 8 sessions, but we're going to take a look at some of the special tools here in the next several sessions. I love Photoshop Elements. It is a very deep program, and they keep making it better every generation. So I hope you'll join me in part 2 through 8 here. Basic training for Adobe Photoshop Elements. See you soon.